Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be giving you a boxing prediction video. So if you've been watching my channel for a little while now, you'll know every now and then when there's a big boxing match coming up, I usually will do a prediction video. You know, I've become quite a pretty big fan of boxing the last few years. When what Tyson Fury or Usyk or AJ, etc. I do like to watch them. I tune into the big fights and a few of Jake Paul's fights back in the day. Maybe not so much now. He's boxing Mike Tyson and stuff. But anyway. But this Saturday, we have a big fight in London, in Wembley Stadium, in front of 90,000 people. Yes, we've got a big one. We've got Alexander Usyk going up against Daniel Dubois. This has a lot of hype going into it. Of course, a big rematch. Of course, these two had a boxing bout about 2 years ago now, give or take a month, which Usyk won. But here we are 2 years later, and Dubois wants his revenge. He wants that rematch, and we've got it at Wembley Stadium this Saturday. Woo! So I'm just going to briefly go over each fighter, their last few fights, what I think, and then I'll go to my official prediction towards the end of the video. So let's start then with the challenger. Let's start with Daniel Dubois. Well, he's not the challenger. He does have a belt at the minute, of course. He got gifted it, I think, when Usyk had to drop one of the belts. And of course, as we all know, Alexander Usyk has the rest of the belts, former undisputed champion of the world after he beat Tyson Fury in Saudi Arabia last year. So, Daniel Dubois, let's start with him. Obviously, these two, like I said, this is a rematch from 2 years ago. And in that fight, in 2023, I think very few people had Dubois winning that match. You know, Alexander Usyk was coming off the back of 2 wins, back-to-back wins against Anthony Joshua. He was the strong favourite. And yeah, for most of the fight, he did outbox Dubois until he got the 9th round TKO, where Dubois just put one knee on the floor and he was like, yeah, I'm done. But of course, there was that very controversial body shot, which, you know, half people say, was it a low blow? Half people say, was it a low blow or was it not a low blow? That's what the big controversy was. You know, Usyk was like really on the floor selling it. Like it was on the belt line, so apparently that is a low blow. But then Dubois' team and Dubois' fans were like, it wasn't a low blow, it was a clean shot. Usyk just milked it for everything he could. So anyway, then Usyk got back up and just continued to outbox Dubois. And then, like I said, got the 9th round KO/TKO. But since then, Daniel Dubois, in the last 2 years, has had 3 quite big victories in the heavyweight division. He's beaten Jarrell Miller, he's beaten Filip Hrgovic, 2 big boys, and then the big one, Anthony Joshua last year at Wembley Stadium. He dropped him like 3 times, and then bam! What was it, the 5th, 6th round? One of those. He just dropped Joshua with a nasty right hook, and down went Joshua. And I would say it was an upset. I think maybe Joshua was the slight favourite heading into that fight. And Dubois just proved everyone wrong and bam, just demolished Anthony Joshua. And that was a big statement win from dynamite Daniel Dubois. And yeah, now he has his rematch with Usyk 2 years on. Yeah, after on the back of 3 big wins. But I say the Anthony Joshua win at Wembley last year was massive for him, for his team. And, you know, he's on cloud 9 right now. You know, he's full of confidence. I've watched a lot of the press conferences. You know, he's only in his, mid to late 20s. Dubois is in late 20s now, so he's very much in his prime. He's got another 10 years on the clock. And people are saying he has got a much better chance in this fight now. You know, he's, like he said, he looks a lot stronger, quicker and more powerful since his first match with Usyk. So can he do it this time? Can he be the one to hand Usyk his first L? I mean, if he lands some nasty body shots and gets Usyk wobbled a little bit, he may have a chance. But I'll get to that in my official prediction. But it definitely is a much closer than the first time these two fought. Then on to Alexander Usyk, and where do I start? I've said this in my Tyson Fury Usyk prediction videos. The man is just. Is he one of the GOATs of boxing now? He's up there, I'd say. There's definitely a conversation to be had. He's just fantastic, isn't he? What he's done, coming up from dominating the cruiserweight division, and now coming up to the heavyweight division the last few years, what he's done. There's the people he's beaten. Bellew, Chisora, Anthony Joshua twice, Tyson Fury twice, Daniel Dubois. It's just incredible. I know the two fights against Tyson Fury were incredible, especially the first fight where he had Fury rocked from pillar to post in the ninth on the ninth round. Incredible tactical masterclass, as he always puts on. And then the rematch, he just did it again. It's just his gas tank, his work rate, his ring IQ, how he just pressures you and knackers you out. We've seen it against Tyson Fury, like I said, twice. Joshua twice. He's just an absolute master at work, man. And I can't think of anyone better than him at the minute right now. He is incredible. And I think that people are saying the only way Dubois has a chance in this fight is to knock him out or to stop him early, because Dubois is not going to win this fight on points or outbox Usyk. The only way Dubois has a chance in this fight, even though, like I said, he is a better fighter than when they fought 2 years ago, is with just a KO and to wobble Usyk or with a bunch of body shots, but not low blows this time. Now, I'd say the advantages Dubois has is Usyk is in his late 30s. So maybe saying, even Alexander Usyk can't beat Father Time. So maybe all the two massive bouts, 2 12-round epics he had with Fury, may have caught upon him a little bit. But I've seen the training footage. He looks sharp. He looks focused. He's working hard in the gym, as we've seen Usyk done. I don't think anyone on the planet's got Usyk's work ethic in the gym, but boxing gym especially. So, yeah, Dubois does have the age factor. He is about 10 years younger. He's taller. He's got a longer reach. I think he's got more power. But Alexander Usyk, just like kind of a prediction we gave of the first fight, really. Alexander Usyk has the ring IQ, the speed, and the boxing ability, I think, much higher than Daniel Dubois, even though, like I said, Dubois was coming off 3 very good fights. But those 3 blokes he beat, including Joshua, were nowhere near Alexander Usyk's level. So, what's my prediction for this fight? Let's get to it then. My prediction is it's going to be close. I think it's going to be closer than people think. I think Dubois is going to try and keep up with Usyk for the first 6-7 rounds, maybe. But then I think if he can't not drop him, or he can't wear him out with the body shots, or rock him or wobble Usyk with a shot, I think Usyk will just stroll to a unanimous points decision. Or, like the first fight, maybe he just catches Dubois with 1 or 2 right hooks, and that drops Dubois with a TKO, not an actual KO. So, if Dubois does do it, fair enough. He'll be the first man to give Alexander Usyk his first defeat, but I just don't see it happening. But it will be I think it will be a better and slightly closer fight than the first fight. Like I said, I think a lot of the crowd at Wembley are going to be cheering on for Dubois, but Usyk's just too good in my opinion. In my opinion, Usyk is the GOAT. He's up there with. I think Usyk is up there with Ali and Mike Tyson. You can laugh at that all you want. What he's done. So I think Alexander Usyk does it via a unanimous decision or a TKO in the 9th or 10th round. Yeah. And then after this fight, there are some intriguing questions to be asked. If Dubois does do it and does win, fair enough. Big win for him. He wins all the belts. Will there be a trilogy? Usyk will have a win. Dubois will have a win. Will we maybe see a trilogy next year if Dubois wins? I would like to see a trilogy. Or will Joseph Parker get his match? Because him and Dubois were meant to have a boxing match, weren't they? Was it earlier this year? But then Dubois pulled out due to illness, but people were saying, was he really ill, or did he just not want to risk a fight with Parker? But I think Joseph Parker will be next in line. Same if Usyk wins. I think it'll be Usyk and Joseph Parker at some point next year, which will be a very fun fight. And Tyson Fury, of course, has come out of the pipework from his retirement, saying he wants the trilogy with Usyk. Why? You've lost to him twice back to back, Tyson. What's the point of a trilogy? Ka-ching! You just want another massive paycheck, don't you? We'll see. But I want to see AJ and Fury next year. Whatever. That's a fight to do for Battle for Britain. And then if Usyk wins, I think it'll be him and Joseph Parker at some point next year, which will be a great fight. And if Dubois wins, either him and Joseph Parker or a complete trilogy with Usyk next year. But guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think Dubois has more of a chance this time? Comment below, let me know. Or do you think that Alexander Usyk is just too good and he'll just put on another masterclass, he'll put on another clinic, he'll outbox and outwork Dubois, just like he outboxed and outworked everyone that's come before him. So yeah guys, thank you all for watching. and I'll see you all very soon.